talking trade with Femi Boyede, now a talking trade and investment global platform as per Canada Incorporation, is a not-for-profit platform that emerged out of the desire of a team of, initially we were 5 people, hopefully we go a bit more. We just decided that the best things that happen to the best companies in the world today actually come not just from academic knowledge or research, but more importantly, from the networks, from access to information, from connection with experts, especially when you go a notch higher, you hear best practices and case studies. So we've tried so far to bring in guest speakers from both sides, the academia, the people who are the theories, the idealists, and of course the practitioners. I'm sure you all enjoyed the session we had with Elizabeth Nwankwo, the flag bearer, the first victim of product rejection, who braved it all and today is standing tall. So this month, we went into some of the things ordinarily they would say non-traditional exports. Over the past 3 weeks, no, less than 3, about 6-7 days ago, the social media has been agog with protests and the amplification of China exporting cocoa to the European Union. And we look at this as actually a challenge to the developing countries, especially Africa. And I'm happy that we have a practitioner here who is actually non-Nigerian, but who can help to facilitate the trade from Africa into Canada, Mr. Gary Go, who has introduced himself earlier. But how is this relevant to what we're doing today? We are talking about cocoa because cocoa is well known. For more than 15 years, if you entered any supermarket chain store, you would see herbal tea. I don't believe there are mosquitoes in China, but China has tea that is specifically for malaria. China has tea that is specifically for diabetes, for migraine, for slimming, and you name it, they've been able to develop that. And we look at it and say Africa is actually the biggest source of the raw materials for this. And so introspecting, using myself as a guinea pig, I remembered that I battled with weight, with high blood pressure that was leading me into all manner of stress and tension until I met a Nigerian lady. I think the first I read about her was on City People, Quincy Herbals. And I went to the shop in Opebi, I presented myself, and very curiously, I found it funny at that time that I was coming for herbal medicine, but this person had to do everything, vital signs that they do in the hospital with her stethoscope and this. So that deepened my curiosity. But that's about 19, I can't remember, 96, 99, or yeah, something like 99, 2000. But today, the World Trade Organization states with fact that world trade in herbal products and medicinal plants is currently at 62 billion US dollars and is projected to attain 500 billion US dollars by 2050. The same source states that international trade globally in pharmaceutical products, that natural medicines, what that we call herbal products, now command higher than 30% of pharmaceutical products. So you see them in various forms. You say supplement, is this, is that. And there is this brand in Nigeria that also, those of you who are very active on social media would have seen in the past over the past few days, not up to 2 weeks, that Quincy Herbals has actually been soaring and soaring in developing herbal solutions. Of course, we also have a very, I don't amplify my own position about vaccination or non-vaccination, but you also know that there is a big fight out there about people who say they would rather go the natural medicine way than go for vaccination. So what all this put together implies is that there is a big market out there, and I want to believe that the first thing to do for people who actually are aspiring, as we have on this platform, is to hear from people who have gone through the challenges. Sorry, the Quincy team, before I bring you on, I want to apologize to you that we are making you guinea pig so that our participants will avoid the glitches and pitfalls that you went through already. That's why we brought you up, so that you can actually elaborate how from that small shop, I can't remember, was it 81 or 91 of Webby Road? That's where I know that I started with you guys, but now being a global brand and being potential mentors to people in Africa, especially the entrepreneurs, from Okwebi to Amazon, selling online, shipping to all parts of the world. I believe there was a time, I don't know if you continued with Florence Kata, the woman, the head of the Uganda Export Promotion Board, that I brought in contact with you at that time. I don't know what, maybe herbal products are already in Uganda and all over Africa. But this, ladies and gentlemen, is the reason why we decided to focus this month's episode on the challenges, the processes of going global for a new industry. Well, new in quote, it's always been there, but we don't know it. So, ladies and gentlemen, our guest speakers for this month are, we call them the Quincy Herbal team. And of course, you can see them already projecting the team spirit. You're welcome. And if I haven't missed anything out, I crave the indulgence of the team to give the floor to the Quincy team. I think I did a little bit of the introductions already. If there are any things that I've missed out, especially I can see Tobi, I can see Quincy herself, and I think I can see Marita right on the right.
Yes, that's correct, sir.
I'm very sure that I got everyone correctly, but please go ahead, do the introductions, and we will have your presentation and wait. Once you are done, then we will open the floor for comments, questions, and answers, which is usually the more interesting part of the webinar. Thank you very much. You have the floor.
Thank you. Thank you. So do we start the presentation? Well, first, thank you all so much. I'm going to do, they always say the younger shall introduce the older, or the greats. The great shall introduce the greatest. So I think it's only right that I will do some just brief introductions to each individual here, and then we'll go into the presentation and talk more about the company. But first of all, thank you all so much for choosing us as a keynote speaker. We're really honored, sir, especially you, Mr. Brede. We come a long way, and you've been so instrumental to our growth, actually. That's in our presentation. Just to quickly introduce the Quincy team, myself, I'm Barrister Marita Abdul. I'm the executive director of Quincy Herbals and the Quincy group of companies. You probably will not see me a lot because I usually handle the corporate, the strategies, the behind the scenes, thing that makes Quincy tick. So that's probably why you don't see a lot of me. And to my extreme right, we have Dr. Tobi Keeney, my sister, and she is the guru, the technical guru behind the brand. I mean, when it comes to diagnosis, when it comes to the technicality of alternative medicine, that's definitely where her strength lies. And then, of course, to our dead center here, we have the beautiful Dr. Mrs. Quincy Ayodele, the pioneer of natural or alternative medicine in Nigeria, Quincy Herbals, as popularly known. We're so excited. So I'm going to try to share. I believe I should be able to share my screen so we can start this presentation. Let me see here. We can talk more about how Quincy Herbals went global, what we faced, what the challenges were, what the process was. It's a meeting here. Sorry, we're using. So we all happen to be in the same place at the same time, and that's why we're all here, because we're trying to minimize the echo. I'm so sorry. We're using. You're gonna have to
close this out.
Yeah. No, we should be able to share screen first.
No, have you enabled screen sharing for them?
Yes.
There okay, great.
Okay, but this is in our screen, but it's okay. I think we should be able to click through it. Okay, so I think we should be able to. There we go. There we go.
Okay, we can click through.
So we broke it up a little bit to make it easy. It was very interesting studying ourselves as a case study, but we really tried to simplify it for everyone. And then, of course, we'll take questions. She is definitely going to be addressing more of we were definitely younger then, so more of the process and how it actually became globally recognized. We came in towards the end of the business.
Or let me say rather, we came into understanding.
Exactly.
Yes. I'll say in the past 10
years
to 15 years.
Yes. Okay, so let me start with the introduction so we can skip that. Okay, so we want to talk a little bit briefly about going global, right? Just the basics that we already know, which is, in the past, it was much harder for brands to become internationally recognized. We only had a few local brands like Coca-Cola, Nike, IBM, and so on and so forth. But when we started having the barriers in international trade, the model commerce laws, passed by the UN and adopted by other countries, being adapted by the treaty countries and member states, and more importantly, the advent of the internet, we start to see, mid-sized and smaller companies now able to compete globally. And one of the things we really wanted to push forth that we believe make your business to really grow internationally is building a brand identity. I think our mom here and founder did an excellent job at it, and we really want to really bring that to light in depth. So if you can go to the next slide. Before that, there's problem statements. I think we kind of skipped that one a little bit. There we go. Okay. So basically, what do we feel is the problem
or challenge?
The challenge that I would say African markets, more particularly Nigeria, has or Nigerian businesses face in trying to scale up to a global brand. And we kind of identified some of the key ones that we found to be the challenges we faced. Of course, a lot of you know, it sounds like I heard the introduction. Some of you are in the exports community and can attest to the burdensome international trade policies that really deter a lot of businesses from going global. Please jump in if you cannot hear me or if something isn't clear. We also have underdeveloped processing plants and techniques. We found that to be a huge deterrent for being able to package our products and move it from a raw form to a value-added or finished form, which of course, as you know, brings in more money, as China has been able to do. We also faced discriminatory company policies that exclude a lot of African countries from doing business with us, just due to, lack of trust. So you hear Nigeria, it's like, sorry, you won't hear back from that company again. We found that a lot, just even being able to start that initial email and being able to even say, hey, we want to come and meet you personally. We found we had to actually meet a lot of companies personally for them to take us seriously, which as you know is very cumbersome cost-wise. Okay, and then lastly, of course, there's a lack of adequate funding, and being able to get the right both internally or domestically and internationally. So with these challenges and more, sorry, there's an echo. Not sure if you can hear it.
Yes, it's because there's another device. You probably turned in another device. Please switch that off.
Okay, just can you check yours? Could be yours.
It's not mine.
Don't worry,
Okay,
I think it was the participant. I've muted her.
I see. Okay, so it's gone now. So based on these challenges, we're then going to look at the trajectory of the Quincy brand. And just for people who are not conversant of the Quincy brand, we are basically a small to medium-sized Nigerian herbal products brand. We've expanded beyond that, but for the purposes of this, we are mostly recognized as a Nigerian herbal product brand. And we want to talk to you about how we're able to achieve global recognition in recent times. So we can go ahead and skip to the next slide. Okay, there we go.
Oh,
It
okay, one by one.
There we go. Okay, so I'm going to then introduce formally again Quincy Herbals, the sort of the summary and the background of how it became a global brand. As you know, it's a family-owned business that started in Nigeria in 1996. Our matriarch, Dr. Mrs. Quincy Ayodele, actually came from a long line of traditional medicine practitioners. And she basically modernized and improved her grandparents' recipes. She was really looking for the best herbs that would help with health, general health, and weight loss and skincare. Going into the business, she found that there was a lot of erroneous negative stigma associated with practicing alternative medicine in Nigeria as of 1996. Some of you, I believe everyone was alive and well at that time and could attest to the fact that Western medicine had all but erased our traditional forms of medicine at that time. It was considered backward, it was considered dangerous, it was considered uncouth to use natural medicine remedies, and even fetish, exactly, in 1996. And so she found that she had to persistently advocate for the modern practice of herbal medicine. As you rightly mentioned, Mr. Boyede, of when you got into her clinic, you were sure to see the mix of Western structure in practicing medicine, meaning that we use stethoscopes to check your blood pressure before we administer herbal remedies to you and things like that. And so we had to really spend a lot of time and effort to educate the general public about the proper practice and use of medicinal plants. Sorry about this. Okay, so yes. So as we just summed up the achievements over the past 26, 27 years, during that time, Dr. Quincy Ayodele was appointed as a WHO expert on the development of African traditional medicine practitioners and products, during which she was able to travel all over Africa, working with other practitioners and professors and, of course, WHO and ECOWAS, the governing bodies for traditional medicine, and was able to push the efficacy of medicinal herbs to the global forefront. Before that time, I think during that time, you were one of the very few practitioners that actually were practicing. Most of the people were professors and had a lot of theories about.
I was the only practitioner
yes.
representing Africa in the WHO team.
Everybody else were just theories. You're the only practical.
I was
You're
the
the only
only
clinician.
I was the only practitioner in the field of practice of traditional medicine, representing all practitioners in Africa in the WHO team.
And this was way back starting 1999.
Yes.
Yes.
She's been to several African countries, even China as well, to talk more on African traditional medicine, as opposed to, we all know about Chinese traditional medicine.
It was a fight, it was a battle for WHO to actually recognize the efficacy of medicinal plants. And what caught them unaware was that they stated that the Western medicine has failed the world. So they wanted to look into the other method of medicine, which is traditional medicine. They wanted to develop it because I told them that there has been no fake pawpaw leaf, no fake no fake medicinal plants. And but they told us that they had a lot of fake medicines, they had a lot of fake everything about them. They said it was fake. So I said, in our own practice, nobody has found any fake medicinal plants. And that's caught them. And then we started from there.
Yeah, so basically at the end of, I think one of the major achievements from that was a communique that was reached to integrate traditional medicine into current healthcare system. So integration means that in hospitals and in Western, the average Western medicine practice, like a clinic, you should also have the ability to see an integrated medicine doctor or an alternative medicine doctor or a complementary medicine doctor to also solve the same issue that you've come into the clinic for. That's basically what it means in a nutshell. Currently, we have Ghana, we have Mali, and South Africa that have actually introduced partial health insurance coverage for traditional medicine and services, but we haven't, more to come on that, but we're actually one of the first integrative clinics in Nigeria as part of our expansion plan. As you can also see, there's over 34 research institutes that have been established that are dedicated to research and development of African traditional medicine. So we're very excited that we've come a long way in 20-something years. I believe African traditional medicine and natural medicine as a whole on a global scale is a force to be reckoned with. It is something that everyone uses unashamedly, unabashedly. It is now something that people are proud of. And if, in fact, people are leaning towards natural products in general, whether be it in cooking, be it in your clothing, fairly sourced, sustainable products are being preferred to synthetic products. So if we can go ahead and change to the next slide, please. I'm going to run through this as well. Focusing on our brand, we were able to develop a highly effective organic detox tea. That's one of our first products that we launched globally. It was to aid weight loss using the best quality herbs in the markets. And then my sister and I actually created the Q-Bright Plus skincare line. We really had a passion for skincare, and we decided to really hone our skincare products using natural formulas. And that's also one of our products that we launched internationally. As you can see, we're really repositioning ourselves to deliver our products globally in the 21st century. Okay, and now I'm going to hand it over to Dr. Mrs. Quincy herself. So I know you all are very interested in this part of the presentation, the process. How did Quincy Herbals go global? So I'll hand it over to you.
Like I said in the beginning, it has been a battle, actually. To even be recognized locally, it was a battle, talk less of going global. But to God be the glory, we were recognized locally, and of course, we're able to go global. But it has not been an easy task, but with persistency and I believe in the efficacy of traditional medicine anyway, and it was a no-go area for anybody to try to convince me otherwise. Quincy Herbals established legitimacy of the brand through aggressive and consistent media campaigns. Before the advent of the internet, I spent years as a regular on every major TV. You know, I had appearance on regular major TVs, radios, print media platforms. So TV media campaign is a major thing that we actually use to be recognized. I have to be telling people about the efficacy of traditional medicine in Africa, how it is important that everybody must go back to nature, how it is important that to every disease there's a cure in nature, or how it is important that whatever you are going through, you cannot just go by Western medication alone, how they should know that traditional medicine is made by Africans for Africans. You cannot come and tell me that if I have a headache, I should go first thing for whatever name they call it. I don't want to call that name. I want to take my traditional medicine first. And then if maybe if I'm not getting the result I'm looking for, then I can now combine the Western medicine. The company accepted most interviews, opportunities to introduce the audience to the products and the industry we were offering. And with me being a pioneer in the field of herbal medicine products in Nigeria, consistent education and advocacy about the efficacy and safety of the products proved to be instrumental in getting the product and the industry as a whole to be accepted and even revered. Because I remember taking people back to the simple pawpaw leaf that we use in our practice for constipation. And then religion also came to kind of try to affect the acceptance of traditional medicine in Africa. And I told them, they were like, it's fetish, it's that. I said, African traditional medicine is not fetish, it is purely medicinal. Okay, you go and pluck pawpaw leaf if you have constipation. Don't pray on it, don't say anything, just cook it and drink it. You will poo-poo. Do you understand? You have to open your bowels and you have to empty and be detoxified. So I had to tell people that religion apart, medicine is apart, and it was consistent, and I was persistent in that. And then we had the number 2 thing about the vertical growth strategies. I think the MD of Quincy Herbals will talk about that, so the English, whatever.
Okay, so, we have to talk about, vertical growth strategies, and I'm sure people that are listening to us understand the meaning of growing vertically as well as growing horizontally. So, vertical growth primarily means scaling your service or your product within your existing line of business, or just simply putting it, improving your products or services. So while you're still, while Quincy Herbals, we scale up within what we do. So I'm not going to say, oh, we do natural herbs and then we also sell shoes, or we do natural medicine and then we also sell clothes. Now, within that line of natural medicine, there is a vast enterprise that you can, move into, which we have actually done over the years. The main feature of the Quincy product originally started primarily as a weight loss service. So we're Quincy Herbal Slimmers before. Purely Quincy Herbal Slimmers, didn't do anything else. But then gradually expanded to include skincare, because a lot of our clients will say, oh my goodness, I need to do now I've lost the weight, I look dull, I look shabby, what do I do? Okay, let's include skincare. And then natural products for the treatment or improvement of symptoms caused by chronic diseases, because as we all know, or I'll just explain, obesity is a disease that is also attached to a bunch of obesity-related diseases, such as diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, cancer, autoimmune problems, arthritis. The list goes on. There are more than 20 different things that obesity, which we originally started to treat as our primary treatment, ended up having us to expand to start treating the whole gamut of obesity-related illness, or we'll say lifestyle-related illness. So now we include a full-service holistic medical clinic. So meaning we literally are an integrated clinic whereby we practice integration as recommended by the World Health Organization to integrate traditional medicine into the way healthcare service is being currently delivered in Nigeria today. Let's put it for instance. So if a patient presents with malaria and is, about to, pass out or faint, we're obviously going to put in an IV and, pass water, pass medication, whatever it needs. But if a patient comes in and presents with diabetes, we know that that's where the Western world has failed that person. And there's no form of metformin that's going to help that person to reverse the disease. The person would need natural medicinal plants that actually have been proven to reverse the disease, including with nutrition medicine and different things like that. So by adopting a virtual growth strategy, the company was able to hone its product for a period of about over 20 years, let's say 25, going on 26 years, before deciding to go global. Its products and methods, our products and methods are tried and true, adapted to the needs and demands of targeted markets. So at Quincy, we do not use anything that is not evidence-based. I learned the orthodox way, and then I had to learn the traditional way. And it allowed me to realize that everything has to have evidence, at least for now. There are some practices, there are some tradition, there are some practices and therapies that don't have evidence, but that just doesn't mean it's not real. It just means they have not been able to get there yet. So we do practice evidence-based herbal medicine, whereby we can figure out we know whatever we're delivering to the patient, we know its toxicity level, we know its efficacy, we know its safety, we know its therapeutic indexes. And then now we're going to talk about horizontal growth strategies. Horizontal growth strategies primarily means expanding the product or services to new markets, be it geographies or business domains. So meaning expanding it from Lagos to Abuja, from Abuja to Ghana, from Ghana to America, from America to China, expanding it that way. So in 2014, we actually decided to dip our foot into the international waters by, I'll start, preparing and launching a few of our products to cater to the international market. We have so many products and services, but we looked at what can be internationally accepted, at least at that time. And we identified a few products that we know, okay, white or black, Chinese, doesn't matter who they are, they would accept this product and it's mainstream for them, even though we're using medicinal plants and medicinal herbs. And then
let me say something about that. What actually helped us to achieve that is Mr. Boyede's.
Oh, I was going to come to that.
Okay.
Yes. So So I'm going to, after I'm done with this, I'm going to explain exactly what we did. Yes. Okay. So then we opened up an international e-commerce website that are delivered worldwide. And then another thing I'll tell people who want to deliver worldwide is to have an account with a global shipper, like DHL, FedEx, UPS. You can actually have a seller's account so that you can ship, products to wherever you need to at a lower cost at a discounted rate, and it goes faster than using, the regular mail. And then by becoming a recognized, successful Amazon seller. So we looked at it back then, saying made in Nigeria was like saying
death wish.
Yeah, I was just saying made in hell. So we followed Mr. Boyede's advice, and we're like, okay, how are we going to sell on Amazon? Because not only did we want to sell on Amazon, we wanted to sell
Walmart
on Amazon as fulfillment by Amazon. It's one thing to sell on Amazon. It's also one thing for Amazon to fulfill for you. They have very stringent rules on how your products must look, the packaging, the quality, good manufacturing practices, and labeling. I mean, because they have to maintain their own brand as well. And so we just remembered what our dear uncle said, and we decided to contract manufacture those few products that we identified for the international market.
What he actually said was that you can actually export your formulas,
yes,
without exporting the physical products.
Exactly.
So that was exactly what we did.
So yeah, we found companies in America that were willing to source our ingredients, use our formulas. You sign a non-disclosure agreement so they don't, steal your formulas and things like that. And then that was how we're able to launch our products to say made in the USA. Unfortunately, I wish to say made in Nigeria. But when we did the shea butter, we're able to say made in Africa because, of course, the shea butter made in America is not original. It's inauthentic. So that was how we're able to get onto Amazon and become a 4-5-star seller there.
And on Amazon, we are the only Nigerian that sell our own products.
Yes.
We don't sell other people's
So we don't
products.
sell. So there are a lot of Nigerians selling on Amazon, but they sell somebody else's product. They sell all these MLM products or sell, maybe like a Western branded product. But we're the only ones that sell our own particular product. And then we also went on media campaigns in the US because we're trying to break into that market. We produced and aired a nationwide commercial featuring, I'm sure everybody knows what Shark Tank is, featuring Kevin Harrington from Shark Tank. We published in major health and beauty magazines like Harper's Bazaar. And then we also featured in the famous, everybody knows the Grammys and the Oscars, their swag bags distributed to the major attendees, and then featured on a major talk show called Modern Living with Kathy Ireland. So let's go to the next slide.
Next slide.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to talk about strategies, like how do we go about it? So introduction, it's well known that herbal medicine has become mainstream on the global scale. Supplements such as turmeric, garlic, ginger, you can think about it, they've been found in almost everybody's house. Worldwide, it's not a matter of just Nigeria, that hold therapeutic qualities and have shown efficacy in research studies. Now, as a matter of fact, 30% of the world trade, just like Mr. Boyede said earlier, is in medicinal plants. However, some of the countries have dominated the industry using certain strategies that proved successful. We'll just take China, for example. Just like Mr. Boyede said earlier, China earns $6 billion yearly in the export of herbal products. The country also exports 90% of its herbal products in value added, meaning finished products. So they're not making another country rich. They are finishing their products and they're processing their products. They're making it finished product and then selling it to the consumer, rather than selling our cash crops like we're doing in Nigeria, selling our raw materials and then making another country rich when they finish it and then they sell it back to us as a finished product. I cannot see the screen anymore.
Screen has gone
Yeah,
off.
the screen has gone off.
Whoever is sharing their screen, or we can
yeah, we can just continue on here so we can
round up. Can everyone hear?
Yes.
Can you hear us?
I think they can.
Okay, let's go ahead. Okay.
Yes,
and so,
yes, we can.
Okay,
yes,
perfect.
we can.
Yes, we can hear you.
So I'll continue on my own computer. Now, in comparison to India, earning only about $93 million, with just 30% being exported as value-added products, India is still mostly exporting their herbs in raw form. Nigeria, we're not even in the picture yet because we're not even where we have a lot. We have one of the greatest biodiversities, meaning we have one of the most efficacious herbs. Our herbs proven to work the best. Our cash crops are proven to be very effective, very good, very nutritious. So we need to get on that bandwagon and have more people like us exporting our herbs, exporting our brands, exporting herbal medicine to other parts of the world. India and China should also be. We should join in their team and also do that. Now, how to get your products on the global marketplace? Number one, just like our uncle said, our dear uncle, promote contract farming and manufacturing of medicinal plants and herbs to meet the international standard. That is actually what we did, because while waiting for Nigerian policy and laws to meet up with us, we decided to go ahead and do what needed to be done by getting our products out there to the global market. And then adoption of the latest technology in product processing at the entrepreneurial level. Surprisingly, Nigeria actually we're craftsmen. We've been craftsmen for a long time. There are a lot of machines that actually can be processed, made, manufactured in Nigeria, which we actually have had to do for like dehydrators, encapsulating machines, grinding machines and things like that. That help us to be able to package our products at least to a quality whereby we can say, okay, we can export it out. Then set up international international standard testing laboratories. We actually do have that in Nigeria. So you just have to know where they are. But we need more. We need more in Nigeria. And we are actually trying to get the traditional medicine bill passed so that we can have the policy set up for research and development of African traditional medicine in Nigeria. The curricula taught in universities in Nigeria have more funding for us to be able to have finished products and sell it from Nigeria to other people and make our own country rich. And then set up agricultural export zones in major medicinal plant growing states. So there are certain states that have certain products. Like Ogun State is known for, especially the Southwest. Southwest is known for herbs. I think the reason why they call you Ogun State is literally because you have Ogun, like medicine. You have that medicine in your states. And we source a lot of Ogun from Ogun State. So, and they work very well. So I think why they gave them that name, they know what, So if they have agricultural export zones, whereby they are farming, we develop the farming of the herbs there. Some herbs they have to be wild harvested. You cannot agriculturally grow them, but it can be protected and it can be nurtured so that we can wild harvest those herbs as well as grow the ones that need to be harvested. And then link primary producers to the organized markets. And then finally, get funding for expansion. I say that all the time, through the federal government of Nigeria's Commercial Agricultural Development Program, which has up to 200 billion naira in bonds. So there's a lot of stuff that agriculture, everybody has removed their eyes from agriculture, from herbs, and they've shifted their eyes on oil. But I just came back from a seminar where they said the fossil fuels, people are moving away from fossil fuels and moving over to something else. So if we don't get on this and start making our money through this, we're going to just be left by the wayside. I think I'm going to just mention products. I think we're about done. Yeah, I'm just going to mention a few products.
Thank you so very much. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yes.
Oh my God, this has been so educative, and honestly, thank you so very much. My name is Kemi Amusho. Apologies, I'm kind of late today because of some technical glitch. Thank you so much. We'll give you another 5 minutes to quickly round up because it is obvious there's no way we can exhaust what you have for us today. So we need to do a follow-up. We just have to. And the follow-up is going to be on opportunities for global SMEs, the economies of herbal products and medicinal plants. So what you have for humanity is just so enormous, and we can't finish what you have today. So we give you another 5 minutes to just quickly round up. Thank you so very much.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I'm actually done. We just wanted to talk about a few products that we are planning to launch into the international market. Okay.
Just showing you
some of the
local potent herbs.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is our last slide. It's our sugar killer 911. And we actually like vertical and horizontal expansion. We brought it out for diabetes and realized that it did way more than diabetes. Let's go to the last slide. Yes, and we realized it works for fever, for diabetes, for anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, antifungal, for bacterial infections, and anti-COVID-19 as well. So that's the wonderful thing about medicinal herbs. And that's why everyone that is into it needs to actually go global. One herb can have 100 active ingredients. And it means that one herb can do 5, 6, 10 different conditions. So it's just a matter of us gathering ourselves together and coming out with finished products. Let's not make another country rich. Let us make ourselves rich. Finish our products here, finish our products through here, and then export it to the other people and make ourselves to be rich. That's what I think we should focus on. Thank you so much for listening on our presentation. If you have any questions, we're here to answer.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You. I'm just listening to some introductions of people. I saw a lot of people in the exports community. We do want to thank you for your support so far. We know that there's so many challenges and we know all the politics involved, but we do want to use this measure to implore you, as you guys have seen the immense value of not just herbal medicine, but herbs, just even herbs and spices, and the general agriculture of Nigeria. And I think that's what we really want to implore you, those of you in the export community, to, I'm sure you're already taking it seriously, but to let you know that we exist and lots more of us exist, but we've been existing, and we would love to have more collaborations with you so that we can actually help to bring Africa to the spotlight with our natural products.
And we will continue to exist because I've been able to fulfill the definition of traditional medicine, which is to be passed down from generation to generation. So Quincy Herbals is going to be, it's already global, and it's going to be there for a very, very long time. I started, of course, these are my daughters. You can see that they're more aggressive than me. So traditional medicine has to be fully established globally, whether they like it or not. It has to be fully established because of its efficacy, and to every disease, there's a cure in nature. And nature works, and it works effectively too. That has been my belief. Thank you all. Thank you, Mr. Boyede. God bless you.
Thank you so very much. Before we start the questions aspect and the comment, I will let Mr. Boyede say a few things. I can see that it's like he has some things to say. Mr. Boyede.
Thank you so much. And what was that? Was it Tom Tom that was advertised? I say, what a sweet relief. So I am heaving a sigh of sweet relief that Lady K is back on her feet and doing that aspect of that's so critical to the success of our webinar series. Welcome, Lady K. Thank you.
Thank you.
For troubleshooting in the background. I don't know how this will work out. I pray it works out. I'm going to play a very, maybe 30 seconds of somebody's song from my phone.
Must to learn to respect our African medicine. Our doctors must to go to learn how to make research. But them go release the day.
Okay, so thank you very much. I wanted to bring that to our attention. I saw people nodding their heads. That means that you heard what he said. That's a song of Fela that tried to compare the view that the world has about African medicine. Fela left this world about 25 years ago, or 26 or more. So you must understand how it is. I'm trying to relate this to the economies of medicinal plants and herbal medicine. That's the major reason why we had this versatile team, family team that has come to talk to us today. I want to apologize on behalf of the team for the length of time, but of course you understand that there is no way, this is not a presentation from a textbook, it's not a management training topic that you just take and press slides. So we had to allow them much longer than we usually do for our guest speakers. So my comments are to just apologize to the audience and to thank you, because I noticed that even though we took much longer, nobody left. That means that this presentation was interesting. But like Lady K said, this is just like an introduction. The whole essence of talking trade is for people to be able to go back and use it as a decision-making tool. Either you want to, export is a value chain. So people get to position themselves in the areas that they can play the best. And just before we open, I had appealed to the Quincy team, to the matriarch herself, that she should please open up to every one of our participants and anyone who wants to learn more. So please feel free. I have seen in the chat box somebody who is already responding to wanting to collaborate to take this further. So the next time, I don't know if it will be in March or April. We will let you know as quickly as it is finalized. But definitely there is a part 2 to this, and we will be joining. I probably will be teaming up with one or two of the other experts who are on this platform, and we'll probably be leading a presentation on the economies of herbal medicines and medicinal plants, so that we can actually direct our attention on how to do the things that Tobi, Marita, and Dr. Quincy herself have said today. It is an economic opportunity, not just for Nigeria, but for Africa, and to position that which we have just growing in our backyards. I'll come back to you, Lady K. There are hands up, and of course.
Exactly. Thank you. Thank you so very much. And I can see on the chat that there's no need for apologies, because they are enjoying the presentation. So I think this is a different program today. It is down to heart. We are all enjoying it, so no apologies. I see the hand of Abdullah Sidi Aliu. How are you, sir?
Yeah, I'm fine, Lady K. Welcome to the forum.
Thank you very much. You have comments?
Yes, yeah, I have a comment to make.
Okay.
Okay, first of all, I thank the convener for bringing us this very unique experience of Quincy Herbals. I have a feeling that I have met the Quincy trio before, but I have forgotten where. But all the same, I'm able to actually do some Googling, and I discover the products are well-packaged products, well-labeled, and actually they have inculcated all the international best practice in product development that has enabled them to launch their product in the export market. My comment actually is on the appointment of the of Madame by the World Health Organization as an expert on the development of African traditional medicine practitioners and products. This is a very important achievement, and I would like to see a situation where this can be expanded, because Nigeria, with a population of about 200 million people, we are still relying almost 85% on imported medicines. And most of these things are even adulterated to the chagrin of everybody. Our healthcare delivery system is really battling a serious battle in reducing the number of adulterated drugs, because apart from, and the good drugs are too expensive that not an average Nigerian cannot afford that. But I have a feeling that if this our traditional medicine is well developed, well packaged, and well presented, they will be able to really go a long way in satisfying even the domestic demand, not to talk of the African, our immediate market, which is in AFTA. I would like to find out from Madam whether she's aware of a Department of Traditional, Complementary and Alternative Medicine under the Federal Ministry of Health. I think that department is being headed by Pharmacy Zainab Ujidut, who had for so long been also advocating for the adoption and use of this our alternative medicine. That collaboration or that contact will go a long way in further enhancing the reach, because we want this knowledge not to only rest with the Quincy family. We want other traditional practitioners who have similar potent medicines to find a way of making their own products. Thank you very much.
Can I talk on that, please?
Okay, before you talk on that, let me quickly add, because we don't have a lot of time left. I got some messages about your herbs. Do they treat diabetes? Are they curative? Arthritis, seizures? So let me just add everything at the same time.
Okay. I'll talk first of all about the TCAM department in the Federal Ministry of Health. Like I said in the beginning, that it was a battle, from the beginning, and I was so aggressive. And after WHO, appointed me as an expert committee member on development of African traditional medicine, I was the only African traditional medicine practitioner in that group. So when they talk and do the research, the researchers will talk, the professors will talk, I'll tell them, look, I am a practitioner, whether you like it or not, 80% of Africans patronize African traditional medicine homes first. So we have to now develop it. So when that one came in, we had to now go into the country itself to be able to give us the Department of Traditional Medicine, the Federal Ministry of Health. We want to have a mouth, we want to be fully represented. And then that was when the federal government actually gave us the Department of Traditional Medicine. And myself and Ajia Zainab, who is also passionate about development of African traditional medicine, we held meetings, and then we decided that it should be we should come out as a traditional medicine, complementary and alternative medicine department.
You're actually one of the people that, she was actually one of the people that helped to form that TCAM department with Hajia Zainab Sharif. So, Mr. Ali, yes, we are, she's well into the TCAM department. They've been fighting for the passing of the traditional medicine bill, and then now I am actually the Secretary General of the subcommittee to develop the council and develop the curricula and the association to have an umbrella body for TCAM practitioners.
So we're not just talking about Quincy family, no, we're interested in bringing every other practitioner that has potent medicinal plants or products to be able to come on board with us, so that it's not just going to be Quincy, it's going to be us and people with good products, proven with evidence, that we can launch together both in Nigeria and Africa, and then let's go global together. And we're on top of that, and it will come to pass by God's grace.
So I want to jump in and say that, sorry.
Yes,
then
so
about the diabetes question, about the diabetes, this thing. Oh yes, we have produced, I have like the MD of Quincy Herbals just said, that we call sugar killer 911. We've been practicing with that, managing diabetes for a long time. If you have sugar in your blood and it's in excess, you take a sugar killer, it will crash it. So we always do laboratory tests to know the level of the sugar in your body before we administer our sugar killer. And what it does is actually repairs the pancreas.
And it improves glucose tolerance, reduces insulin resistance, and then improves pancreatic function. So it does three things. So it attacks diabetes from any angle that it wants to bring. So we do treat diabetes effectively. We actually specialize in the management of chronic diseases, ma'am.
Arthritis and seizures. Epilepsy.
Oh, yes. So seizures usually can depend on several factors. It can be an electrolyte imbalance issue, it can be a brain issue, So we would conduct tests to find out what the cause is. If it's an electrolyte imbalance issue, then we treat that. If it's a brain issue, we actually have traditional remedies to reduce or eliminate your seizure, to increase your seizure threshold so you do not have seizures anymore.
And arthritis?
Arthritis. Oh, arthritis. I didn't even, that one is, arthritis is a very simple, it's a simple to treat issue. Usually it stems from overuse of the joints, and it can also be from stress to the joints from being overweight. So what we'll do is we'll treat the weight and then also treat the inflammation of the stressed joints. And then the patient gets, and also treat the pain and the inflammation as well. So the patient gets recovery quicker.
So how do you treat people globally? Now you have gone global. And if you are treating people globally and you cannot see them, how do you now prescribe? Because from the way you are talking, you have to see the people first.
Oh, perfect. So we've been digital before COVID-19 came, and we've been practicing what we call telemedicine long before we even had our own lab. So just a matter of consulting with the patient. We have our electronic medical records software where we can take in the patient's history. We can download their lab results. We can send them for labs, get the lab results, download it, and then diagnose and treat remotely. In fact, some of our COVID patients, we had to treat remotely because they were not near us, and we don't like to bring people into our facilities. We'd rather treat remotely. And we've had a 100% success rate treating remotely. We've been doing that for 10 years. Yes, 10 years. Telemedicine, we started doing telemedicine before
once
telemedicine. Once there was internet, there was smartphones where we could see people, we could send information, we could scan documents and things like that. It's just
you see these two women with me. They are American trained, so they brought in they imported the American training into the Quincy Herbals development.
Yeah, we have no paper files at our clinic. Everything is online.
It was easy for us to export.
Yeah, so it was not so when COVID-19 hit, it didn't affect our business because we were already working remotely.
Okay, I have this question here from Abdullah. It says, why are traditional preparations mostly from USA labeled, claims not verified by FDA, but still allowed to be marketed?
Oh, that's a very good question. That's a very, very good question. So America likes to make money.
Okay.
So they like to make money. So because a lot of herbal remedies have not been passed through the FDA, but would they say turmeric will kill somebody? No. They know that turmeric will not kill somebody, yet they cannot go through FDA. It's going to be too expensive for that manufacturer to spend millions and millions of dollars going through the clinical trials and all the things they want to be able to pass through the FDA. But they know that it works and people are going to buy it because it's something that everybody needs. So they would have to put that label, like a disclaimer saying it is not a synthesized medical drug, but rather a natural product. So take it as prescribed or take as recommended.
And there's something in my Bible that says, my sheep, I know my sheep knows me. Our patients know that turmeric is anti-inflammatory. So whether they put not substantiated by FDA or they don't put it, the patients out there, they know the herbs that work for them.
Know what they're looking for.
They know what they're looking for. So they buy what they know it works for them. So we don't really care
I'll just also jump in as a lawyer here. It's a legal disclaimer clause.
Exactly.
It's basically what would happen if NAFDAC were to allow products to sit on the shelves as long as they put that legal disclaimer that this product has not been yet verified by NAFDAC yet. Doesn't mean it's not efficacious. It just means that it hasn't yet gone through that process. But NAFDAC processing is actually not as bad as the FDA process to get FDA certified. Most Chinese, Asian, Indian products and even American products have not been FDA substantiated yet. Most supplements.
Because you need millions and millions of
Yeah.
dollars, and you have to have a lot of lobbying in the governments. You have to be a big pharmaceutical company that
Absolutely.
has 20, 30, $40 million to put down for it to be passed as a drug. And with the prescription and all of that, yes.
I actually think it is the political economy of orthodox versus unorthodox medicine. It's not because it is Quincy or because it is for every supplement you walk into, wherever they come from, that disclaimer or that caveat is there, just to make sure that this is not proven laboratory pharmaceutical. That's the difference, demarcation between the natural medicine and the pharmaceutical medicine. I think
I think they are scared. They don't want to be pushed out of the market by the use of this natural product. They're scared.
Okay, that's up for discussion.
If you are looking for a living, what do you call it, patient, I am one. And the one that I've been trying to push Quincy to actually globalize. Like they always say that Coca-Cola will never tell you the true, they will never reveal the true recipe. Coca-Cola and Guinness, that it remains within the family, irrespective of who is buying them over. So I am a living testimony to the efficacy of Egunugo. And that I asked Quincy to go global with it, he says, no. That's so. I know I have experienced, I have used, and the issue of Bobo Niche is also very, very true. I'm sure, Quincy, you can remember the day, I can't remember what the stress was, that I came into the clinic and you had to, first and foremost, almost like, what do they call it in orthodox medicine? Almost like sedate me with a herb to bring my BP down, to bring everything down before I went through. So there is a lot that you will offer to the global community.
So we have like about 4 minutes to
Mr. Boyd,
go.
remember this?
I was just going to ask. Okay, one quick one.
Please just take it to DHL tomorrow and send to me in Canada. I will expect it on Friday.
Mr. Femi Boyede just said, is it talking about product exclusively for men?
No. It's not for exclusively for men. But that's a good question. And that will come up in our subsequent edition on this herbal medicine. Because China became known first and foremost for ginseng. And from ginseng that they pushed and pushed and pushed, the ginseng now became like the enhancement. It became an aphrodisiac. It became a tonic and energizer and almost everything. And then once China established its competence and global acclaim, then you now started seeing 100 different brands of tea. We have people out there in Nigeria. We have I'm sure Alaji Sidi remember the woman. It's not the same as Zainab, but I think she was Zainab also, who was championing the Moringa revolution. I consulted on that for NETC for some time. So
Thank you. Like we said, there would be a second part to this, and I suspect there will be more parts. We had a program of recent on what do you call prostate cancer and the effect it has on men. And I remember that after that, for a very long time, we kept getting questions. Looks as if we have answers waiting for us with Quincy sisters. I call you sisters because we don't know his mother or his sister here. You all look, she's looking so young. You wouldn't know she's over how many years old. Thank you so very much. I'm going to round up with this quote after acknowledging Olufemi Boyede, the convener, and all my team members. Thank you so very much, Dr. Tony, Sheyi, Haruna and our media guru. Acknowledge all of you. Well done for the wonderful work. And the quote from Amelia here says, the most difficult thing is the decision to act. The rest is merely tenacity. The fears are paper tigers. You can do anything you decide to do. You can act to change and control your life. And the procedure, the process is its own reward. Quincy sisters, you have really, really done a lot. The tenacity is showing today now. What we understand about herbal medicine in Nigeria is juju. That's just it. It is juju. You don't want to touch it. But if you see what has happened with COVID, especially with people expecting people will be dying on the streets, you see they have their own remedies. Akoiba and all these things. I myself, I'm a witness. When I was in Nigeria, that was what I was using. I will drink it in the morning. I will use it to bed. I never caught COVID until I went to London. COVID nearly killed me. So thank you so much for your tenacity. Thank you to my team. And let there be final word from, you can say your thank yous and then Olufemi Boyede can round off. Thank you everybody for attending. Please, last word from our Quincy sisters.
Okay. Thank you all very much once again. We're so honored to be able to share our experience with you. And we thank you so much for the questions, for the laudable things you've said about us. It's really what gives us the will to keep at this industry. So thank you so much. We're happy to come back anytime. And thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you for coming, and thanks everybody again. Tito Jo, thank you. Ibrahim Maliki, Kolade Bigbe, everybody, thank you. So last word, Femi Boyede.
Last word, and thank you, Haja Aisha Abubakar, who insisted that I must not introduce her. I'm sorry I disobeyed that, but we value the fact and the support that you have.
And I would like to ask Mr. Abdullahi Sidi Aliyu if we can include him, if you can come on board with us on the TCAM group so that we can be able to put heads together to move forward in the practice of African traditional medicine in Nigeria.
We don't know how
to get your email.
Number or something and then
anything you need, ask Femi Boyede, is a magic maker.
Okay.
Perfect.
All right. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you very much for that. So on that note, let me again thank you all very much. Somehow, I can't remember who said, if you want to hide something from an African, put it in a book. We are all always looking for, this is not meant as an indictment, it's actually a challenge. We had close to 100 registrations for this webinar. I think at the highest level today, we had 23, 24. We have been hovering between 21 and 25. And for the kinds of snippets and nuggets that come out of these kinds of exchanges, you will now find out that it is people who registered who were supposed to attend that will now be sending you personal, this thing, I want to sell dogoyaro. How do I do it?
I'm sorry to jump in, Mr. Boyede. Don't forget that many of them actually go to our website and to our social media, the YouTube, to watch. And depending on what everybody is doing. So maybe you want to just say your thank you and we go today. We are past time now.
No, Lady K. It is still a point that I must emphasize about the fact that every success requires, and that's why it took the Quincy team so long to recap the process that they went through.
Yes.
Success is not a sprint, it is a marathon. There is no book that will know how, that you will see how to, and then it becomes success tomorrow. That's the point I'm trying to make. And that's why it is an inspiration and a challenge, an appreciation of those who have created the time to be here, and also a call to those who ought to be here and are not here, so that next time there's going to come a time that maybe we'll not make our Facebook and YouTube free anymore. You have to invest the time. We have not asked anybody to pay anything to attend this. Having said that, I want to say a very big thank you and look forward to seeing you all first Saturday of March, my birth month, by the way. And God be with us all. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Bye, everyone.
Thank you.
And to those of you on Facebook, we see some people on Facebook right now. Thank you so very much as well. Have a very wonderful weekend. See you next month. And I must not forget this. We are migrating to Telegram. So this month we'll be migrating to Telegram. Please, if you do not have your Telegram account yet, open one and join us on Telegram. Thank you very much. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye.